We'll be underway in just a moment. I'm going to send it over to the PA announcer for National Anthem and your starting lineups.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our men's basketball game here on the Arena between the DeSales University Bulldogs and your Bearcats. At this time, we ask everyone to please rise as we will honor America with the national anthem by Melanie Robles from the Baruch softball team.
Led by Devin Nicholson, scoring over 20 a game, leading the team in minutes, over 30 a game. However, we see the Bulldogs, 4 players in double figures this season so far. Really can hurt you from multiple angles.
Well, Baruch, tried and true and tested veterans. They've been there, but it's an ensemble, David. Jamal Fair, Purisic, the Nicholson brothers, and you know my guy, Akil Vaughn, off the bench. Coming in with that vertical jump and that hopefully a new improved low post game after working all summer.
So we are moments away from the tip-off here. It's going to be Mohamed Gueye and Caleb Gibbs jumping in at center court. Baruch in their home white strip, light blue letters, dark blue trim. The Bulldogs in their red uniforms, white trim. Baruch going to be going left to right here in the first as As Gueye comes away with it into the hands of Nicholson, and he'll bring it into the front court, and it'll be Baruch's ball.
Let's see how active Purisic is early. That usually gets Baruch going. He's an up-top guy and a post guy.
Fair has it up top right now. Bounce pass, handoff to Nicholson, over to Devin Nicholson. Straight ahead into the lane, stop, step, spin, fadeaway jumper, a little short, no good, and it's going to be the Bulldogs who come away with it.
Fair with that hard dribble gets himself free, but he missed that one. He's got to get off to a big start early, Nicholson.
Gibbs has it on the near side, looking for Atkinson, but instead he finds Bowen up top, around to Barnes on the far side. Swung into the corner to Atkinson now, trying to find the postman, but gives it over to Golden on this near side three from number 21. Bowen's no good, ball's loose. Purisic comes away with it. Over to Gueye, who then saves it into the hands of Nicholson, and it'll be Baruch coming the other way.
Great defensive possession for Baruch. They were in front of their man and in great position the whole possession.
So Gueye here on the near side wing, bounce pass inside to Purisic, has position. Trying to work, gives it back out to Gueye, pump fakes, now going to the lane. Floater with the right hand, off front iron, no good. Ball's batted loose, and it's going to go off the Bulldogs' left, and it'll stay with the Bearcats right in front of DeSales' bench.
Purisic, his length, Gueye, his length, should attack the interior defense of DeSales.
So it'll be Gerard Nicholson to inbound underneath, Purisic on the block. Hand off to Devin Nicholson. He's tightly covered by Atkinson. Pick from Purisic. Ball swung around the perimeter. Mohamed Gueye puts it on the deck into the lane. Trying to go to work against number 23 Gibbs there. No good. And it'll be Goulden the other way. Inside now to Gibbs. Bowen, who's able to finish uncontested at the rim.
Yeah, Bowen's a very active, agile big man that Baruch has to really contain.
Bowen at 6'6", Gibbs at 6'7", as three there by Nicholson, no good, and it'll be Barnes the other way for the Bulldogs. Up top, straightaway three by Goulden. He knocks it down.
Well, G. Nicholson was late to put a hand in his face. Listen, both teams out really to get a big one here tonight, David.
Second leading scorer on the team is Christian Goulden. Three there from Fair on the near side. And Baruch, just like that, are on the scoreboard.
When Fair gets off to a big start, that bodes well for the Bearcats.
So Barnes over to Bowen. Bowen into the lane, now outside to Atkinson. Atkinson back to Barnes up top. Nicholson on him. Barnes backing down into the lane, looking for an option. Goulden near side wing three, and he's 2 for 2 from downtown. And again, just slipped away from that defensive pressure and able to find the open space on the floor.
Well, we know quickly who the big gun is for DeSales right off the bat.
So now it's Fair outside to Purisic. Calling out the offense, looking for a little bit of motion, working on Atkinson. Cross-court pass to Gueye. Gueye corrals it with the left hand, gives it over to Fair on the far side corner. His three there, no good, but Purisic on the offensive glass. Purisic right back up, shot no good. Atkinson comes away with it, quickly pushing up ahead, near side to Barnes. Barnes quickly into the front court, a couple crossover moves, and he'll peel back and set up the offense. Finds number 23 Gibbs, handoff to Atkinson. Fair trying to fight through the pick, does. Gibbs now on the block, working against Gueye, straight into his chest. A nice move there by number 23, Caleb Gibbs.
Well, it's a good thing Gueye didn't foul him because he lost position, got off balance. But each possession, Baruch is going to have to identify Golden, the shooter.
Purisic now has it up top, bounce pass backside, trying to find Fair through a couple bodies. That gets intercepted, and it's going to be DeSales who comes away with it, and ball right into the table here. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats. So Osorio into the game for the Bearcats here.
Osorio, another veteran leader. He makes things happen immediately when he comes in.
Holmquist in for DeSales as now it's far side three there from Gueye. Shot off front iron, no good. Rebounded there by Boylan, just checking into the game for DeSales as well, as Barnes now has it on the near side.
Coach Elise is going to tell Gueye, if you're going to take that three, make it.
Eberle gives it off to Barnes. Barnes almost loses it. Gerard Nicholson all over him. Wayne out, good job not fouling there. Now outside to Gibbs. Gibbs right into the lane with the right hand, and he's able to finish.
Well, Guy's got to do what he does well, and that's protect the rim. That's too easy.
Baruch trail by 9 here in the early going. Is now Nicholson up top to Pursic. Handoff back to Nicholson. He's going to pull a near side 3. Shot no good. Baruch struggling from downtown so far as Boylan comes the other way with it and gives it off to Barnes for DeSales.
David, I think Baruch's going to have to get to the foul line. They have not. They're settling for outside shots.
And one as Eberle goes right to the basket and able to finish. Nice find there by number 11, Jordan Holmquist, and an opportunity at an old school 3-point play.
Yeah, DeSales getting to the basket every time they want. Now, we have Vaughn on the bench, who's a bona fide rim protector, and Coach Alisi may have to go to him sooner than anticipated.
While Vaughn has been productive this season, only 15 minutes per game, is averaging 8 points. But to your point, Joe, definitely gives a nice interior presence and some size inside.
Right. This is a game of matchups, David, and right now, everything favors DeSales matchup-wise.
So it's Osorio now working on Holmquist. Spins back, looking for options. Fair is that option. A ball swung around the perimeter. Guy on the far side, up top to Pursic. Pursic lets Guy come through. Pursic looking for an option. Ooh, nice step through move. Off glass, no good. But an excellent job by Pursic to get the open space.
He's got to finish. They got to get this lead below 10.
So it's Eberle here on the near side, looking for Ellis, who just checked into the game for DeSales. Holmquist now outside, inside to number 25, Eberle. He's going to go with the left hand and is able to finish past Pursic. And Coach Alisi wants to call timeout and talk things over, Joe, but not a strong start for the Bearcats. They need to create an identity on the floor.
DeSales is winning the matchup of points in the paint, and Baruch has to talk about it right now.
Yeah, points in the paint right now, 8-0 here in favor of DeSales. And, you know, we spoke about a little bit earlier about the size that DeSales brings. I see they're going to go with Vaughn to counteract that. Obviously, maybe move Guy over to the 4, but you have to continuously throw bodies at them.
Well, there's got to be this long arm of the Lord, David, coming at you to stop a shot and make you think about it. See, right now they've got a lot of confidence. That's not good. And they feel they can go down in the post, David, every time and score. So Coach Alisi, been here, he's got a counter right now with 14-19 to go and down 13.
And what DeSales have some success with here in the early going is when they have gone inside, they've also been able to create the inside-outside matchup as Goulden's able to hit 2 early threes here against the Bearcats.
Right, so Baruch Nation, let's keep track at home of who's winning the matchups within the game.
So now it's Guy on the inside. Vaughn trying to create position underneath. Osorio creates some space. Shot too short. No good. Rebounded there by Eberle, and it's going to be DeSales to come the other way with Ellis. Behind the back crossover move. He's into the lane. And nice move. Oh, he can't finish with the left hand, but Eberle on the rebound. Going against Vaughn, and he's able to spin that one home.
Well, again, Vaughn's in the game as we anticipated, but he's got to go to work.
So it's Donnellan up top over to Guy here on the near side wing. Osorio takes the pick from Guy. Trying to go baseline, back out to Guy now. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Trying to get it inside to Vaughn. I think it grazed the backboard a little too strong as Vaughn had interior position, but Guy was unable to find him.
Well, that was a good idea by Guy, but we need some room. It was too cluttered down there on the block.
So Will Fredericks checking into the game. Baruch have settled into a 2-3 zone here with Donnellan and Osorio up top.
Vaughn has got to make his presence felt.
And Bowen able to find the open space underneath the basket and finish with the right hand.
Well, again, until Baruch puts up a fence, the score is going to, incrementally get worse.
And Joe, how easy is that to do during the game, right? I mean, you can make halftime adjustments, but when you're playing on the floor, it's hard to relay those orders from the bench to the guys on the floor as Osorio knocks down that jumper.
I mean, these guys on DeSales, they get such great position and maneuvering room. What else do you want?
So now Ellis here on the near side. Ball swung around the perimeter. Boylan back over to Ellis. Back up top to Boylan. They're trying to get it onto the interior. Finding Eberle back door. Nice pass out there. Holmquist on the far side. And he's able to knock it down.
Well, This is a story of low post dominance and finding a three-pointer who knocks it down. David, we don't even talk about two-pointers with DeSales anymore.
Yeah, they've started off hot from deep. They're 2 of 3 right now from downtown. Correction, make that 3 of 4 from downtown. So 9 of their first 23 coming from deep.
And add that to the low post effectiveness, and that's what you got.
So Goulden and Eberly leading all scorers right now with 6 apiece. And you can see what they're doing also on the offensive end, Joe, is when they're trying to break down this 2-3 zone, they're putting 2 men underneath to really pull out that center who happens to be Keel Vaughn right now, that center staple underneath the zone.
Right. Well, we have Vaughn and Gueye length and very good at rim protection throughout their career here, and they're going to have to feel out the movement of the DeSales players. But right now, Coach Alisi is already going to have nightmares about the lower post dominance of DeSales early on here without any type of opposition.
So at 12:24, Baruch trail 23-5, and it's going to be Baruch's ball as they're going to go with Panagakos, Donnellan, Devin Nicholson, Osorio, and Akil Vaughn coming out of the break.
Well, again, Baruch has not attempted a foul shot, so they're going to have to go hard now and maybe get some foul trouble among DeSales, because DeSales is not even breaking a sweat, David.
And DeSales going to counter with Eberly, Bowen, Gibbs. Excuse me, it's actually Bowen, Gibbs, Holmquist, Boylan, and Ellis as Donnellan has it in the front court. Baruch trying to chip away here in the early portion of the first half as Osorio now has it on the near side, gives it up top to Devin Nicholson. Ball swung around the perimeter. Over to Panagakos. Panagakos bounce pass inside to Vaughn. Vaughn, he goes up through contact and one. An interesting call there. It was the near side official making that call. I think the other officials had a better view of it. Or just surprised that the other ones didn't blow the whistle.
Vaughn would not have made that play last year. That's a new improved Vaughn. Little drop step and one.
So it'll be Vaughn at the line for a chance at a three-point play.
If they give Vaughn the ball with space, DeSales can't answer.
And he rattles home the free throw. So it'll be Ellis now to bring it into the front court for DeSales. Bounce pass inside to Bowen. Inside out game to Ellis and knocks down the three.
Well, again, that three ball is working for DeSales.
So Donnellan over to Osorio. Osorio puts it on the deck into the lane. Looking for Vaughn. Finds him. One step from Vaughn. His shot may have been blocked on the way up. And it's going to come the other way here with DeSales. Ellis on the far side.
Great catch by Vaughn. Keep going to him.
Ellis over to Boylan here on the near side. Back to Ellis on the far side wing. Bounce pass inside. They're going to call it a kick ball, and it'll stay right here with DeSales. And a couple of changes here for DeSales as Everly checks back into the game, as does Goulden. And we'll see Sikowski for the first time tonight.
Bearcats defensively have to clog up the cutters coming into the box.
A nice steal there. Oh, there they're going to say it was a foul there underneath on number 25, Elijah Everly. So it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Good defense there on that inbounds play from Baruch.
Coach Alisi has warriors, one through the whole bench. He can go to his bench and bring in guys that can ignite the team.
The ball swung around the perimeter here. Vaughn coming out for the pick. Devin Nicholson going to take it. Hand off to Osorio here on the near side. Into the lane now on the elbow. Trying to find Vaughn again. Pass was knocked away. It's going to stay the last off of, I think it was maybe either Osorio, and it's going to go back to DeSales.
If Osorio would have continued through, he would have had an attempt and possibly got fouled, even though he looked past first.
They've been really trying to feed the big man underneath so far since Vaughn has checked into the game.
I think they have confidence in him.
Goulden's three, long, no good, but an offensive rebound here by Sikowski, and it's going to stay with DeSales as Goulden has it on the far side. Over to Ellis here up top. Devin Nicholson on him, trying to find an interior option. Bounce pass over to Eberly. Ooh, finds the cutting Sikowski, who's able to finish at the rim.
David, DeSales is very good at being active on the baseline and into the paint, and Baruch has to kind of stop that.
And that's
they're roaming freely.
And that's the danger of the 2-3 zone, Joe. We talked about it before.
Yeah.
Pulling out that center. Ooh, Panagakos three a little too strong. No good, but you pull out that center, and then you have the backdoor cutting options.
Right. But you just got to put a body on somebody to stop his progress.
And there it is again. As you can see, Akil Vaughn gets brought out to the free throw line. What do you have?
Right.
You have multiple cutters. There were two guys for DeSales underneath the basket.
To your point, people got to hustle and make up for that room. It's just a matter of that.
Then the other option is then Joe, if we really want to see is I think you want to see the guards collapse on the guy at the free throw line from up top. Settle for those threes, because if not, if you have the center come out, nice play there by Devin Nicholson with the right hand. But if you have the center come out and then you collapse with those other two forwards that are playing part of the three, then you have the corner threes open as well. So you really have to pick your poison, and we've seen DeSales really hit those threes in the early going.
This now comes into a play of taking a deep breath and just tightening the bolts now. More hand and foot pressure, forcing DeSales to get out of what I see as a comfort zone of doing whatever they want.
So now Barnes has it up top for DeSales. Inside to Gibbs, back to Barnes, now trying to find Eberle. Eberle a little too low of a pass there by Barnes. Has to go all the way up with it. He's blocked by Purisic, but Gibbs able to clean up the glass and finish.
David, that interior pass, they've done that about 20 times in the first half.
Yeah, and that one was favorable for the Bearcats as it was quite low.
Well, they defended.
They defended well. Purisic off no good. Vaughn fighting for the rebound.
Purisic has got to make that.
And now Barnes into the front court for DeSales. Eberle now looking for options up top to Barnes.
Baruch has got to find a man.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Inside to Eberle, and he was fouled as he went up with it.
All right, at least, again, that was Vaughn imposing his defense.
And they're going to say it wasn't shooting. What also was nice is I liked how we just talked about it. Donaldson from the guard position in the 2-3 came inside trying to create a steal.
Got to. You got to actively stop penetration and stop these interior passes.
Minnick checking to the game for Donaldson. That's just too easy right there.
Well, again, that's an easy pass, catch, and bucket. No opposition. Too many points in the first half for DeSales.
So now it's Fair up top, working on Barnes into the lane. Fair left push shot, no good. And it's going to be Barnes who comes away with the rebound for DeSales.
David, the points in the paint for Baruch is what? If you're keeping score there, because it's not a good number.
Right now 20-2, Joe.
Right. And that's really the telltale of this first half, if you really want to focus on what's going on.
And also you look at the field goal percentage, right? They're shooting 83% from the field.
And Baruch's missing some chippies.
The one thing I will say that works in Baruch's favor, though, is 83% is just not sustainable.
No.
A nice play there from Gueye to Minnick.
If you're the Milwaukee Bucks, it is, but.
So Goulden now up top, over to Barnes on the far side, back to Goulden. Barnes now, far side wing three, no good. Oh, they're going to say that was off of Nicholson last.
Well, Purisic was battling.
Correction, they're actually going to reverse the call, say that he was on the line when he tried to save that from going out of bounds, so it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Big stop now for Baruch defense. They have to get to 10 and below before we go into halftime.
So now Minnick has it up top, gives over to Devin Nicholson. He'll drive left side, trying to work baseline. Working on Goulden. A bit of a wild shot there with the left hand.
But a makeable shot.
And Gibbs comes down with the rebound over to Barnes now into the front court. Goulden has it. Barnes and Goulden playing a little two-man game. Inside to Bowen. Bowen looking for options. Gibbs is even further inside. And nice block there by Gueye on Gibbs. but it'll be Atkinson who follows up with it.
Well, they're just taking it to the Bearcats in the paint.
So it'll be Nicholson over to Gueye on the far side wing. Up top to Nicholson, working on Goulden. Hand off to Fair. Atkinson draped all over him. Fair looking for options. Bounce pass outside to Nicholson. Nicholson far side three. And he knocks it down. Devin Nicholson.
Nicholson in his career has ignited many rallies for the Bearcats. Let's see if this is going to happen tonight.
So Barnes now here on the near side. There's a pick there from Bowen. Bowen gets it from Barnes. Bowen turnaround shot, and he's able to knock it down. Big man with some touch.
But again, very loose in terms of defense from the Bearcats. Giving the post plays to DeSales a lot of options to work with.
So now Minnick up top to Gueye. Gueye straight on three, and he knocks that one down. And that's a big shot for the Bearcats.
Well, that's 2 threes in a row. Cutting a little bit into the lead. Big possession here now with 5:30 left.
So now Barnes up top. Had Gibbs on the far side, gives it inside to Bowen. Bowen spin move, and he's been having his way right now in the paint.
David, that was in trouble because he got an easy pass in good position. You got to take away that pass.
So it's Nicholson here on the near side. Fair. Bounce pass into Piersic. Comes across the lane. Gives it off to Gueye. Line drive shot. No good. Ball still loose. Barnes able to corral that for DeSales.
Well, Gueye is trying to, loosen things up, and he's already proved he can make the shot. But this is about defense, David.
And shot there from Atkinson. No good. He's trying to go for the steal on Fair, and he's a little overzealous. And that'll be the third foul on DeSales as they'll make a slew of changes here with Eberle, Ellis, Boylan, and Holmquist coming into the game.
Well, whatever 31-year veteran Carver at DeSales has done tonight has worked for him.
So Nicholson has it on the Bearcat logo. Could give it off to Piersic on the elbow. Hands it off to Gueye coming across. Looking for options. Fair cutting back door. Nope. Hands off to Nicholson here on the near side. Gueye gets it back. Trying to work on Boylan. Kicks it outside to Minnick. Minnick spin fadeaway shot. Nice move there by Dylan Minnick.
Nice move.
And just like that, inside out game between Eberle and Holmquist, excuse me. Now it's Atkinson tied up, and now it's Ellis on the far side.
DeSales got what they wanted, but Baruch defended down low.
Atkinson step back shot, no good. Seemed a bit forced there. I think he was trying to find Eberle cutting underneath. Now Minnick right into the lane. He draws some contact. They're going to call an offensive foul.
I don't know about that. There was not a lot of contact. He shied away. He shied away from making contact with DeSales. I don't know. Well, tough call.
So it'll be Ellis to walk the ball up for DeSales. Baruch trail by 20 here in the first.
It's imperative that Baruch go into the locker room having done some positive things here early, late in the first half.
Now it's Ellis here on the near side. Gives it inside to Boylan. Boylan goes right into the lane. Shot, I think, was blocked by Piersic, and Fair comes away with the ball.
It's the best defense of the night for the Bearcats.
Gueye gives it inside to Piersic. Couple bodies around him, but he's able to rise up and finish at the rim.
Well, that's the loosey-goosey ability of Piersic down low to maneuver. Big possession now.
Eberle gives over to Boylan. Back to Eberle. Now near side corner, Holmquist. Shot too short, no good. Gueye comes away with the rebound. Atkinson picks his pocket. Over to Holmquist. Oh, what a block by Gueye. Nice hustle play there by Gerard Nicholson. Keep it in bounds inside to Minnick. Now up top to Purisic. Ooh, what a bounce pass to Minnick. Wow, what a play by Purisic. And that's going to be a timeout for Coach Colville. And we've seen some life from the Bearcats here in the last 2 to 3 minutes.
All started by rim protection.
We saw a few blocks there by Gueye. We saw the emphatic one in the middle of the lane. Then we saw the one just now coming across with the big right hand. And a nice hustle play there as well by Nicholson to keep it in bounds.
All that Gueye and Vaughn bring to the table are those blocks that could ignite a fire, maybe to bring you back. We're down 16, David.
So with 2:47 remaining, Baruch trailed by 16. They were down as much by 22. So a little bit of a run here at the end of the first half. And like you said, Joe, really want to see it get to 10-12 going into the break, and then you can really get back to the drawing board.
And Elise will be the first one to go to that blackboard and talk about the points in the paint and the looseness of the interior defense. Once we can counter that, we'll come out with a different output, David, in the second half.
So it's going to be Gerard Nicholson, Mohamed Gueye, Dylan Minnick, Emil Purisic, and Jamel Fair for the Bearcats. And Joe, we've seen since Minnick has come into the game, a different energy about this Bearcat team.
Notice, David, it's a bench play for Coach Elise. Historically, his bench has been just as productive or more as some of the starters in the past few years.
So it's going to be, there's going to be a correction there. It's going to be a foul on red 11, who is Jordan Holmquist, because Saeed Osorio is just not in the game.
Well, it's a good thing Coach Elise doesn't miss anything. Make sure the refs don't miss anything. Coach Elise, one of the better coaches in the game. Doesn't let anything go by.
And these are the type of little things that help teams get back into the ball game. As now Minnick has it up top. Ooh, Nicholson gets bumped going through. Plays on through though. Is Purisic, elbow jumper. That's going to be off right rim, no good. And it's going to go back to Ellis the other way for DeSales.
Would have liked Purisic to go to the basket and possibly get an old-fashioned three.
Now crossover move from Bowen. Gives it over to Holmquist.
So Baruch, David, has just got to identify and get people underneath as they try and get there.
Nice closeout there from Nicholson. Nothing you can do there as Jordan Holmquist knocks it down.
Well, that's a big-time shot, David, you know, defense or not.
And all in his face as now Purisic has it. We're under 2 minutes remaining. Nice find by Purisic as Minnick is able to finish with the right hand.
Well, Minnick, think about what he's done off the bench.
He's having a strong game, only averaging 2 points per game on 8.5 minutes so far this season. He already has 6 and 7 minutes. A shot there, no good by Ellis, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Smothering defense by Gene Nicholson throughout that possession, leading to an air ball.
And I think Ellis might have been looking for a foul right there. He looked over at the ref at that time, and it's he's asking him about it right now.
But Nicholson did everything he had to do.
But it's just one of those moments where the other team's gaining momentum. You don't want to, start thinking you have fouls before the whistle goes off.
You got to lessen the threes whenever you can.
Now Gerard Nicholson, free throw line jumper, and he knocks that one down. Nice job there by Nicholson to find his space on the floor.
So Gene Nicholson defensively and offensively, and these are what you call winning the matchups. Little matchups here and there.
So Eberle now, nice spin move there by Eberle. His shot was blocked. Nope, they're going to say it was a little too much contact underneath by Mohamed Gueye, and that's going to send Eberle to the line to shoot 2.
But Gueye did all he could. The problem was the penetration was already too much for Baruch, and they were retreating.
69% free throw shooter on the season is Eberle. And he knocks down the first.
Well, I thought you were going to jinx him, but I don't know.
Correction, that's actually Caleb Gibbs, and he's an 86% free throw shooter.
Wow. 86 is very bigger than 69.
So 2 of 2 from the line. Baruch down 16. We're in the final minute of action here in the first half.
Baruch has got to get something positive to go into the locker room.
So Devin Nicholson takes the handoff, pull-up jumper. He knocks it down, and Baruch starting to find their stride.
All right, now a big stop is going to be great for going into the locker room and what you're going to talk about.
So now Boylan over to Bowen. Barnes has it now. Gerard Nicholson all over him.
Great D by G. Nicholson.
6-second difference between shot and game clock.
Baruch has to take things away from DeSales.
That's Gibbs on the far side, and he knocks down a three.
Well, you know, he could have baked the cake there, David. He was that wide open.
So Baruch can hold for the final shot as it's Fair working on Boylan. Laser pass underneath. Fair hits the deck. Pierce can't finish. Rebounded there by Bowen, and his half-court shot won't quite make it. So that'll do it for the end of the first half. And Joe, lots to talk about there, but really it was a back-and-forth game for the last 10 minutes, but it was the first 10 minutes that find the Bearcats trailing.
But the overriding problem is, I'm going to keep using the word to nauseam, matchups, the points in the paint for DeSales and their accuracy from three-point range. Plus on Baruch's end, missing shots they normally make, and also, again, not having that guy on offense to really step up and go on a little run.
And we've seen a little bit of what you said there, Joe. You know, we've seen Baruch not starting to make some of those shots towards the latter part of that first half. And also, DeSales was never going to keep up at 85% shooting from the floor, so they've kind of reverted back to form and still shooting a very impressive 65%.
Well, a lot of DeSales shots have been uncontested. Case in point, that last shot from the corner. But Coach Ulisi has got to say, guys, listen, you've been through these scenarios. Let's just make adjustments, and let's just be wild dogs on defense and worry about the offense, which will come because of really tenacious defense.
Absolutely, Joe. So Baruch have a lot to do here in the second half. We'll come back in about 10 minutes to preview second half action. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube on channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And welcome back to the Arc Arena here on the campus of Baruch College. If you're just joining us, Baruch struggled early, and DeSales really had their way with some things here in the first portion of the first half, and they lead by 18 at the break. We're about a minute and a half away from second half action, Joe, but a lot the Bearcats need to do to climb back into this. Slowly but surely, but they can still do it.
Yeah, David, they just have to tighten up defensively and swarm and take away this comfort zone that DeSales enjoyed in the first half, leading to this dominance in the paint. And DeSales did hurt Baruch from the three, but not anything that would really, say hurt you. So I would think Coach Alisi probably spoke about this points in the paint and the need to tighten up defensively and offensively, get to the foul line more, and just continue to have confidence in your teammates and continue the movement. No standing around, screen. Let Purisic go to work down low. And the Nicholson brothers, what about the three? What about Fair? Fair offensively was absent in the first half. So if Fair can get going, that's going to bode well for the Bearcats.
Yeah, to your point, Joe, we mentioned it right before we went off air, but 28-2 in the paint. Also minus 10 on the glass are the Bearcats. So to that point that you mentioned that, when you just spoke, it was about, really getting into the paint and cleaning up that portion of the game. I think those data points really point to it.
Yeah. Too much freedom for DeSales on that first half. And it just continued throughout. So let's see what adjustments the Bearcats can make early on and get off to a quick start.
So it'll be DeSales ball to start things off. It'll be Goulden, Barnes, Bowen, Gibbs, and Atkinson on the floor. And for the Bearcats, it'll be Gueye, Nicholson, Fair, Purisic, and Devin Nicholson, as Atkinson has it on the far side. Gives it off to Barnes straight on. Oh, he had the look if he wanted it. Gives it over to Bowen here on the near side. Up top to Gibbs. Gibbs into the lane, working against Purisic. Step back shot, no good. Atkinson able to soar for the rebound. Saves it from going out of bounds. Finds Gibbs, who's able to finish at the glass.
Well, Purisic was doing the work of three, David.
Now Fair has it on Atkinson. Looking for options. Ooh, might have had Nicholson there. Yeah. But it's Gueye on the far side over to Fair. Nicholson into the lane, gives it off to Purisic. Purisic gathers, looking for options. Ooh, that ball is batted away, and Atkinson comes away with it, and he'll have an easy layup going coast to coast.
Well, that's when you know it's your night, when you get a deflection and an easy two. You didn't have to do much.
So Gerard Nicholson on the center circle. Gives it over to Gueye here on the near side wing. Bounce pass into Purisic. Purisic going through Bowen and able to finish at the rim.
Well, Purisic is going to give DeSales problems because of his great maneuverability.
Only 2 of 7 from the field here in the early going is Purisic. Now Gibbs inside. He gets it pulled away from him from Fair. Nice defensive play there by the Bearcats.
That's what the Bearcats needed to do in the first half, bottle up.
And one is Gueye able to go right into the lane and finish with the right hand.
Hey, David, that was a pro move by Gueye. That was Anthony Davis. Wow.
Luke Reese checking into the game. And he knocks down the three-point play.
Big defensive possession. I know it's early, but a big play like that has got to ignite your whole team.
It's a 17-point deficit for the Bearcats. Handoff now to Atkinson. Gives over to Barnes on the far side. Gerard Nicholson on him. They're going to say it was a foul on the floor. It won't count as Gibbs knocks it down.
Well, Baruch was late to get over that screen.
Barnes up top to Atkinson. Gibbs trying to work on Purisic. Gives it inside to Atkinson, trying to go up against Gueye, and he's able to finish with the right hand. Patient move there from Gibbs. Gerard Nicholson, crossover move into the lane, gives it up top to Gueye. Pump fake, working on Barnes into the lane. Push shot, too strong, and Atkinson comes away with the rebound forward to DeSales. Barnes quickly the other way. Handoff to Goulden. Inside to Bowen. Bowen going to work. Nice little shimmy move there. He's able to finish with the right hand.
Well, again, too easy.
So now Reese, bounce pass to Purisic. Hand off to Gueye, takes the pick from Purisic, goes left looking for options. Devin Nicholson runs through, hand off to Gerard Nicholson, takes the pick from Gueye. 3 guys around Gerard Nicholson, kicks it outside. Straightaway 3 from Gueye, and he knocks it down.
Well, guys come out, with a fire here in the second half, but Baruch, again, defensively has to shut down a couple of possessions to get back into it.
Barnes takes the pick from number 23, Gibbs.
Well, that's
was able to finish with the right hand.
Guys got to come over and swat that away. That's too easy.
So now Devin Nicholson has it, looking for options, gives it over to Gerard Nicholson on the far side wing. He'll go into the lane with the right hand. Kicks it on the near side corner, pull up 3, no good from Reese. Gueye soars in for the rebound. Atkinson comes away with it, and they're going to call a foul on Gerard Nicholson underneath.
Well, Gerard Nicholson, you can't fault him because he plays at another level of intensity.
And Everly is checked into the game for DeSales as Barnes has it up top. Atkinson on the near side post. Everly cuts back door. They're going to call a jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
But again, there was a lot of freedom for DeSales in the post.
The Bearcats able to crash, though, and forcing that jump ball. So it'll be Gerard Nicholson to bring it up into the front court. Reese. Ooh, dangerous pass there. It gets intercepted, and it'll be Barnes the other way for DeSales.
There was nothing there. They're going to have to let Vaughn get position and then get it to him.
Everly spin move, ball swung around the perimeter. Barnes almost straight on, shot no good. It's going to go off the stanchion, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Well, although the scoreboard looks bleak, a couple of runs by the Bearcats and a couple of stops, and they're back in it.
So it'll be Gerard Nicholson into the front court over to Reese. Gueye over to Devin Nicholson on the far side. Bounce pass to Vaughn on the elbow. Over to Gueye. Jab step. He'll pull a 3 over Gibbs. Shot a bit short. No good. Gueye fighting for the rebound, and he'll say it went off of Gibbs last. And it'll stay right there with the Bearcats.
Well, if Reese insertion in the Baruch lineup is anything like his brother was for the Bearcats, that's a great thing. We need him.
Nice find there to Vaughn with the right-hand spin move, and able to finish with the hook shot.
Well, that's the new and improved Vaughn.
So it's Everly looking for options, finds Barnes here on the near side. Back up top to Everly. Vaughn all over him. Holmquist. Over to Boylan, wide open layup there, able to finish with the left hand.
David, when Baruch is guarding and DeSales takes that one dribble up the top, they get freed very quickly. Baruch's going to have to stop that one dribble from either the elbow or the top of the key.
Stepped into his Gerard Nicholson. Oh, around and out, no good. Boylan able to come away with the rebound. Nicholson had 2 good looks there, both unable to drop as Gibbs gets found underneath, and he's able to finish off the glass.
Well, the problem started with the pinpoint pass to a wide open player. Baruch again letting too much in the interior.
Now it's Gueye up top. Gives it off to Reese. Reese puts it on the deck. Crossover move, looking for options. Devin Nicholson on the near side. Thinks about the shot. Gives it over to Gerard Nicholson in the corner. He'll dribble inside. Reese, far side three. Shot no good. Few guys battling for it, and it's going to come away with Eberly for DeSales, and then it'll be Holmquist into the front court. Ooh, nice defense there by Reese. Quick hands, and it's Gerard Nicholson the other way. Goes right into the lane. And he just lost control of it. And it's going to go back to DeSales as Fredericks checks into the game for the Bearcats.
That's what Reese brings to the table, hustle. His brother was a master of hustling and taking really important charges that determined games for the Bearcats.
And Bowen checking back into the game. He's having a strong night. 6 of 7 from the field for 12 points. Ellis also into the game, and he has the ball in his hands now. Bounce pass inside to Bowen. Working on Fredericks, going baseline. Step back, fade away, shot too short, no good. Ball batted out. I think it was Boylan who tipped it out there. He gets it back there from Bowen. He's into the lane, and he's fouled, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
DeSales all night, one dribble, they've been getting themselves free. Baruch has got to counter that one dribble. Either move your feet and step over, or get a body in front.
And Boylan knocks down the second. So it'll be Gerard Nicholson to bring it into the front court here for the Bearcats. He's on the center circle. Ellis out on him, over to Fredericks here on the near side. Donnellan up top, who just checked into the game, back to Fredericks. Has Donnellan near side. Ooh, trying to laser it inside. He had the shot. He probably should have went up with it as the pass to Vaughn was knocked away. And good hustle play there by Gerard Nicholson to get it back for the Bearcats on the far side.
Vaughn was open for a second or two, but then it closed quickly.
And very rarely have Baruch had the open look from 3, and they had it there with Donnellan.
Well, Donnellan's a very, very heady player. Makes a lot of good plays when he's in the game.
Crossover move, Donnellan. Ooh, his shot. He thought about it. Pump fake. Shot was blocked. Now it's Gerard Nicholson with it. Over to Devin Nicholson on the near side, and he rattles that one home. And it's going to be a timeout for Coach Alisi with 12:23 remaining. Joe, we're basically after 7.5 minutes kind of in the same spot that we started here to start the second half.
Well, Nicholson, anytime Gerard Nicholson or Devin Nicholson gets going, that usually ignites something for the Bearcats. So maybe Nicholson's little 3 could ignite something for the Bearcats.
Baruch really need to start getting some 2-for-1s here. We're 12.5 remaining. They trail by 21. They've obviously played some of their best basketball, obviously after that first 10-minute stretch.
But now they can't trade baskets with DeSales. They're going to have to get stops with 12:23, which is Coach Alisi's MO, defense first, and then just have effective offensive possessions. Now, what does that mean? Getting the Nicholson brothers to do what they do and really get to the foul line. David, we haven't been to the foul line as a team.
Truthfully, there hasn't really been too many foul shots in the ball game, but yeah, only 2 times have the Bearcats shot free throws tonight.
Well, DeSales is going to get their pizza early because this game's going by pretty quickly. So, but in all seriousness, Baruch has to get to the foul line more often and mix it up.
So both teams break the huddle. It's Fredericks, Donnellan, Vaughn, and the Nicholson brothers for the Bearcats. It's Boylan, Ellis, Holmquist, Bowen, and Eberly for DeSales.
I mean, Devin Nicholson really is more involved. He is not that he's been quiet basically in this game.
So now Holmquist has it up top. Donnellan all over him. Bounce pass inside to Eberly. Vaughn all over him, and now Boylan here on the near side. Oop. Vaughn slipped off of Eberly. Reverse layup, no good. Eberly able to get his own rebound, and he's able to finish at the rim.
Well, Vaughn's got to get that on the first try.
And also he let Everly slip behind and get position on the pick and roll.
Yeah. He's going to have to do multiple jumps instead of one.
Fredericks now far side three. He's open. Shot around, no good. Vaughn able to corral the rebound and finish with the left hand.
If Vaughn can get a little more aggressive, he's going to really make an impact in this game and games going forward.
So now Bowen has it up top, looking for options. Nicholson ties him up. Ooh, no jump ball there. Very interesting. I guess they said it came loose as Holmquist far side three. No good. Boylan able to tip it out to Ellis here on the near side. And DeSales able to regroup.
Well, the loose balls are going DeSales' way.
Now it's Holmquist. Step back three, far side. Shot no good, but Bowen able to get the offensive rebound again. Bowen spin move back outside to Holmquist. 15 on the shot clock here for DeSales. Bowen working against Fredericks. Fredericks holding his own. Bowen going to the spin move, and he's able to create some space and finish.
Those are just really good post moves by DeSales, and that's with defense on them.
So Nicholson calling out the offense here on the center circle. Here comes the pick from Vaughn. Nicholson right into the lane. Kicks it outside. Donnellan far side three, and he knocks it down. Big shot there by Sean Donnellan, his first points of the night.
Donnellan makes a lot of plays offensively and defensively throughout his career.
And I like Nick Gerard, the two Nicholsons with Donnellan, because you see Donnellan's best off the ball and able to catch and shoot.
Well, the three of them kind of gel together.
And as we say that, the Nicholsons will come off, and it'll be Osorio and Fair checking into the game.
I would love at this point that Baruch's offense gives some repetitions to Vaughn, although he's coming out of the game. The more reps that Vaughn gets, the better he's going to be come January and February.
Good D there by Fair to pressure the inbound. Now Bowen has it inside. He's quickly doubled. Ellis, crossover move, working on Osorio. Finds Boylan inside. His shot blocked. I'm not sure who that blocked it, as there were a number of hands there for the Bearcats. Now it's Donnellan over to Osorio.
Defense by committee.
Fredericks, nice spin move high off the glass with the left hand.
Fredericks might be a play that Coach Alisi may have to rely on. Looks like he's got a bag of tricks that are effective.
It's his first bucket of the night, but a strong move there from Fredericks, the graduate student, first year on the Bearcats, as it's Holmquist over to Boylan here on the near side wing. Boylan into the lane, shot no good, and he got fouled on the way up. They're going to say it was against Fair, and that'll send Boylan to the line to shoot two.
David, Coach Alisi has a chance to audition players now for significant roles as the year goes on, one game at a time. But who can he insert to be that difference maker? Is it Donnellan? Is it Fredericks? And this is how you learn about your team on your quest for a championship.
And it's going to be a timeout for DeSales with 9:21 remaining. They lead by 18. We'll step aside. We'll be right back. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And welcome back to the Arc Arena as both teams break the huddle. It's going to be Boylan at the line to finish out his free throws as Atkinson comes to the table for DeSales to check back into the game.
It would be great with 9:21 if Baruch somehow can get it to 10 or 12 and then go from there.
And he rattles home the free throw, and it'll be Atkinson into the game for Boylan.
Well, the experience is on the court now for the Bearcats. You know, they've been through wars in their careers here, and this is a tough game, but never anything impossible.
Fredericks gets it on the near side, goes right to the rim. He's fouled on the way up, and he almost put it in there. So he'll go to the line to shoot two.
I like this guy, Fredericks. He has a lot of oomph to his game, and I just feel that he can really be an asset to this Bearcat attack when needed.
And he knocks down the first.
But this is great. This is how you find out who that next man is to help your attack.
And good on the second. So it's 17 here with 9 minutes remaining.
Big
Baruch.
defense from here on in by the Bearcats.
So it'll be Atkinson up top, over to Barnes here on the near side. Osorio all in his face. Good play there by Fair to knock it away, and it'll stay right there with DeSales. 13 seconds to shoot.
This team on the floor for Coach Alisi is going to make things happen defensively.
So Barnes has it now. Osorio on him, inside to Bowen. Outside Atkinson on the far side. Osorio closes him out. Ball swung around the perimeter. Goulden step back three. Shot off right rim. No good. Ball batted out. And it's Donnellan who comes away with it.
Good defense by the Bearcats.
8.5 remaining here in the ball game. Donnellan has it on the center circle for Baruch.
I would go to Fredericks. DeSales doesn't have an answer for him.
And Osorio now in the post, working against Barnes. Right into the lane, over to Fredericks, trying to find, looks like Purisic underneath, and he's able to finish the basket. Sorry about that, my vision was a little blocked there.
But good look by Fredericks, and he got Purisic in so close there wasn't much defense could do.
And it's Bowen now up top to Gibbs. Trying to find a handoff, ball's loose on the deck, and it's going to be Purisic last. He dives on a timeout. Bearcats, nice hustle play there. And with 7:49 left, Joe, Baruch chipping away slowly but surely, cutting into a 15-point game.
This is the greatness of Coach Alisi. Situational basketball. Makes the right calls, puts the right people at the right time, and this is why don't turn your sets off, Baruch Nation. Baruch is a-coming.
So I think the last break they were up 21 was DeSales. Now they're up 15. The next stoppage of play. So like we said, Baruch slowly getting back into this game. And Joe, you said it. You want to get to a point where it's 10 or 12, kind of make DeSales feel a little bit of that pressure.
But this team that Coach Alisi has assembled on the court are guys that just have that grit to them. You know, from Osorio to Purisic to Fredericks to Donnellan to Fair. This is a gritty group. Kind of like a football. Let's play in the schoolyard and go after it.
So Donnellan has the ball up top. Bounce pass over to Purisic. Inside to Fredericks. Bounce pass back outside. Osorio going to pull the three. Shot way off, no good. Ball's loose. And they're going to stay right there with the Bearcats. Hustle play by Purisic.
If Coach Alisi can bottle these last couple of possessions, this team has really dug in.
And I could see why DeSales had a little bit of an issue that I thought it might have went off Purisic's leg, but either way, Baruch the beneficiary as Goulden comes up with the rebound. Looked like he may have took it a couple steps on the pond landing there. No call, so maybe a little bit of a payback call there. As now Barnes into the front court.
That was a tough shot by Donald. The Bearcats could have got better.
And Goulden's fouled on the floor.
Well,
foul there's on Purisic.
Once again, great pass into somebody that was too far deep for the defense to do anything about it.
So now Barnes here on the near side wing. Has the pick from Bowen, doesn't use it. Ball swung around the perimeter. Atkinson three, no good. It's going to hit the stanchion, and just like that, it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Notice how the momentum has shifted, and it's Baruch's way. Now, they need to be patient, and 7:05 left. Don't get it in one possession, but let's keep chipping away.
So now Osorio over to Fredericks. Fredericks curls back up top on the center circle, over to Fair, now to Osorio, over to Fredericks on the block. He turns on Bowen. A little bit of a shimmy step, jab step, gives it over to Fair on the far side, working on Atkinson. Fair outside now to Fredericks. Fredericks into the lane, looking for options, throws it away. May have been tipped underneath.
Yeah, they were trying to be too perfect on that one.
As Barnes into the lane with the right hand, no good. Purisic pulls down the rebound. He's looking up court, instead gives it off to Donald to his left. Now Fredericks finds the cutting Osorio. He's fouled as he goes up and will go to the line to shoot two. Osorio just couldn't give it all he wanted as he was pulled back during the shooting process.
David, let's look at the body of work of Fredericks, what he's done since he's been in the game, both from a passing standpoint, from an energy standpoint.
4 points in 8 minutes tonight, but to Joe's point, that's not what you're seeing on the stat sheet is all not everything he's offered tonight.
Oh, he's really been like an insertion into a different mindset than the Bearcats had in the first half, especially offensively. They're playing with different body language here in the second half.
And he's 0 for 2 from the line there. And those were some big free throws here.
Yeah.
With coming in on 6 minutes remaining here in the ball game.
You had everything going in your favor up until those 2 free throws.
And Barnes now gives it over to Goulden. Had Boylan up top. Barnes curls out. Goulden finds him on the left wing. He's fouled by an overzealous Osorio.
But you can live with that because, again, this ensemble has done so much good. Night and day for the Bearcats.
The only thing I will say, Joe, is that Baruch now 1 foul away from putting DeSales into the bonus. So you're going to start sending some potential quality free throw shooters to the line.
Well, the thing is, David, Baruch had to get into the street fight to turn the tables. So, unfortunately, the fouls came. But look at the change in the play from the first half to where we are now.
So Eberle now has it up top. Fredericks on him. Oh, and he slid that pivot foot, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Fredericks made that happen by his defense. So Baruch Nation, welcome Fredericks to the Baruch attack. This is another one of Coach Alisi's finds and a difference maker.
And it's going to go off of DeSales last, and we haven't had a...
If Purisic would have waited, he might have had Fredericks on a second cut.
We haven't had a point scored in over 2.5 minutes here at the Arc Arena, as now Purisic going into the lane. Going to work, can't finish with the right hand. I think it was Eberle on the defense there and able to come away with that rebound, and now Ellis brings it into the front court.
David, Purisic did everything but finish.
Oh, that's a rough call. I thought it was a jump ball there, but they're going to say it was unfair.
Is that the foul unfair, but Fair had the ball. So, and I don't think he tripped the DeSales player. So again, Fair did everything he needed to do, but get the call in his favor.
And Boylan to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. And he knocks home the first. And rattles home the second.
David, question. Does Coach Alisi going forward think about starting Fredericks or bringing him off the bench?
I think he's had a pretty consistent 5 so far this season. So I think, you know, maybe work him more into the rotation. He's averaging about 15 points per game, so he's definitely having a strong game. But maybe his role will grow a bit. But I think you have that consistent 5 that you've had a winning formula with in the past, especially now moving Devin Nicholson into the starting lineup from last year where he came off the bench.
It might be a good problem. You know, I don't think you can lose either way, but Fredericks has really shown big here.
And Osorio knocks down the first. He's been part of the lineup or the group of guys that this team needed tonight to chip back into some of this deficit, and we'll see if now Minnick and Devin Nicholson also into the game, see if they can continue to knock away at what is now a 15-point lead from DeSales.
Well, like I said, it's a good problem when you learn about somebody that really stepped up, and maybe he could be that next guy.
So now Gibbs has it up top. Boylan now trying to find the cutter. Good tip there by Fair, and it's Piersic who comes away with it. Over to Fair. One more pass. 3-pointer there from Fredericks in the corner. Who around and out. No good. Ball still loose. And it's going to be Eberle who comes away with it. But great find there. And Baruch, you know, really all you could ask for, get an open shot.
But that was great up-top pressure by the Bearcats that they needed to have in the first half.
So it's Ellis now on the far side. Devin Nicholson walking out with him all the way to the, almost to the center circle there. Oh, nice fine cutter there. Boylan can't finish with the right hand. Eberle going in, can't corral the rebound, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Well, the ball's been dropping Baruch's way with 4:15, but they need to really finish strong here in the last 4 minutes, regardless of the scoreboard.
The foul underneath there is going to be on Ellis.
David, you're going to meet teams like the DeSales in the postseason. So, you know, this is a rehearsal for when play really picks up in March.
Devin Nicholson 3, no good. Minnick on the rebound. He can't finish the putback, hits the deck, and it's going to be Barnes who comes away with it.
Well, Nicholson rightly should have gotten 2 shots, or maybe 3 on that.
Baruch trail 71-56 as Barnes fouled on the entry, and that's going to send Barnes to the line for a 1-and-1.
So Baruch has really not been hurt by the 3 ball here in the second half.
And he knocks down the first. So 73-57. Fair has it up top, gives it off to Piersic on the far side, looking for a cutter. Tried to look for Nicholson, now it's Fair. Fredericks calling for it up top. Fredericks took too many steps.
You know, instead of doing all that, he had the wide open shot. And somebody had to take it. Fair didn't want it.
So now Barnes to bring it into the front court. Gibbs has it up top. Piersick all over him.
Well, that's where the problems start, David, if you don't start that real good pressure up top.
And Devin Nicholson able to come away with the from the pack. He hands off to Fair. Fair straight on three, and he knocks it down. And it's a 14-point lead now for DeSales. Smallest of the second half as Baruch trying to slowly chip away with 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah. The momentum is definitely on the side of the Bearcats at this moment.
So really need a...
Well, it's defensive stops, David, but again, Baruch's done a great job of that pressure up top. And that's gonna really, really be a difference maker for them. Because all their troubles came when there was no defense at the top. Everything was able to go whoop, right in close proximity.
And while they're chipping away, it's almost that they put themselves too far behind the 8 ball to start here in the first half, down as much as 22.
Well, they missed a lot of opportunities, Baruch, here in the second half. That, yes, they could have been even closer.
Correction, make that 24 here actually in the second half. They were down to 64-40.
Yeah.
But from that point, they've been 19-9 runs, so they've been able to chip away. It's just they hurt themselves so much in the early going.
Well, they need a guy like Fair who heats up very quickly. Devin Nicholson heats up very quickly. Piersick, guys like that to give you like maybe 6 to 9 points unanswered.
And on the defensive end, you got to prevent DeSales from shooting 56% from the field.
Right.
That'll hurt you every time.
Well, Baruch has cut down on DeSales 3-point shots this half.
So now it's Barnes with Devin Nicholson all over him. Full court press from the Bearcats.
.244. Baruch has got to get a stop here right now. 10 seconds.
Barnes over to Ellis. Ellis, ooh, he almost slipped. Free throw line jumper, rounding out, no good. Gibbs, nope, it's going to be Fredericks who comes away with it. Gives it off to Gerard Nicholson. Nicholson's going to push. Right into the lane, right-hand shot, no good. And Gibbs comes away with it for DeSales. A little wild there from Gerard Nicholson.
Well, he looked like he shied away a little bit from the contact. But that would have been a big one, David, had he made it.
And Gerard Nicholson able to pick Ellis's pocket. He goes up, shot no good. And it's going to stay right here with the Bearcats. I think they're going to say it was either last off Eberly or Gibbs.
So, David, that's a tale of the game. Missed shots in close by the Bearcats.
Oh, Gibbs last, excuse me.
That's been a problem since the opening tip.
So Nicholson to inbound, gives it up top to Fredericks. Fredericks going to pull the three. Shot off front iron, no good. And it'll be Boylan who comes away with the rebound for DeSales.
David, that would have been a biggie had he made that.
And now Barnes into the front court. Gerard Nicholson hounding him. Eberly coming with the screen, but it's going to be a foul on Gerard Nicholson.
Well, Piersick was coming from behind, and I think had a great opportunity to steal right before the foul was committed.
And the refs are going to talk things over here with 1:46 left. Not sure what the issue is here, Joe. Maybe they're talking about a technical. I can see they sent both teams back to the bench, so we'll await word. But might be a little too late here for the Bearcats.
Well, again, just missed shots make it harder for them to mount their attack coming back.
So it's going to be a technical. I think it's going to be on number 30, Will Fredericks. don't forget the next chance you can see your Baruch College Bearcats men's basketball team here at the Arc Arena is Tuesday, December 12th, as they will host the Farmingdale State College Rams. That tip-off is at 8 o'clock as Goulden knocks down the technical.
Long Island team's always tough for the Bearcats. St. Joe's of Long Island, Old Westbury.
And if you want to see our women's team in action same night at 6 p.m., you'll see them play King's College. So tip-off starts at 6 with the women's team against King's College. And then you have at 8 o'clock Farmingdale State College against the men's team. So nice doubleheader action.
David,
if you're into Baruch basketball, you have a full night of action on December 12th.
The Lady Bearcats, led by Mia Castillo, leading a lot of statistical categories in Division III this year.
So now Barnes at the line to shoot 1-and-1. And he knocks down the first.
Well, David, DeSales, what we're going to take away from them, very, very good team, play well together, have an inside-outside attack. But you got to come out and be on top of your game in all areas from the beginning to play against them. You can't have any lulls.
Guys, they're asking you a question. She doesn't know what.
And the men are also going to be playing on the road on Saturday. They'll be at Connecticut College in New London, Connecticut, facing off against the Camels.
Well, you know, David, CUNY conference plays very, very close. We've already played Hunter. But everything gears is get ready to, you know, go to war in the conference.
Played Hunter on Friday, December 1st. That was an 81-55 win to start off CUNYAC playing. Yeah, Joe, to your point, they won't start up CUNYAC play again until they host Brooklyn College on January 3rd, which is a Wednesday night.
Yeah, Brooklyn's always tough, well coached.
I think that's also one of my favorite parts of the year when you get into CUNYAC play, because then you have like the women, men double headers back to back. So there's just meaningful games followed by meaningful games.
And it's really the work you did in October that really comes to fruition.
Gerard Nicholson three from the corner, no good. It'll be Gibbs who comes away with it, and now it's Goulden to Gibbs, and Fredericks on the foul. And that'll send Gibbs to the line to shoot two.
Well, Coach Elise, I think, has got to go into the locker room and talk about the first 10 minutes of this half when that ensemble really did some good things and brought Baruch back. And he's going to have to build on that moving forward.
So it'll be a couple changes here for the Bearcats as Panagakos checks back into the game. Number 14, Cosmo Cangiano, excuse me. Luke Reese back into the game, and Jack Gordon into the game for the first minutes tonight, as Dylan Minnick also in the game now for the Bearcats. So it's nice to see, like you said, Joe, a few new faces. Saw Fredericks. Minnick gave Baruch some really good minutes tonight. We're seeing Reese give him, Baruch some really good minutes tonight. So definitely starting to see this rotation and how it'll fill out.
This is forever, you're forever auditioning players, and players are auditioning for roles on a team. And the mark of Coach Elise and his 200-plus wins is he's always found a way.
And Minnick's had 8 points in 9 minutes tonight. So to your point, really trying to earn some extra minutes going into the CUNYAC stretch.
Yeah, and remember, Vaughn is still finding his way as to how he can contribute big for Baruch. Purisic is still finding his what he does best internally. And fair has got to be your igniter coming out of the gate.
So with 15 seconds left, Baruch going to fall to 4-4, snap a 2-game winning streak. DeSales will move up to 5-2.
But again, Baruch has been, feeling each other out. Even though they have veterans back, it's been trying again get that rust off and really play Baruch basketball. We want to again congratulate Coach Alisi on reaching the 200-win milestone. Just incredible career here, both as a student athlete and as a coach, and really took over the excellence set forth by our dear friend Coach Ray Rankus, may rest in peace. And excellence is the key word here at Baruch Athletics.
So that will do it. Your final score tonight, DeSales 80, Bearcats 61. And Joe, to your point, really the game turned really in those first 7 to 10 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, Baruch had to overcome some matchup difficulties, as we said, in the first half, both in the paint and from the three, and really allowing for a lot of freedom internally by DeSales. But once Coach Alisi inserted that group, they tightened the bolts, and really was a tale of two different halves. So now we got to watch the film and make our adjustments, and it's one game at a time. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and short memory. Next up.
Gibbs and Bowen combining for 34 points on a combined 15 of 20 shooting for DeSales. I mean, that right there, we talked about the interior presence. We talked about the points in the paint, which skewed heavily towards DeSales at 46 to 24. And then we talked about, of course, the rebound difference of 40 to 24, minus 16, minus, like I said, 22 in the paint, and really let their two big players shoot, over 70%.
But David, didn't you notice when these DeSales players scored, they just scored to break your back. Just as you did something good, boom, a broken play and a layup. So it wasn't like they came at you like, firing. They just did it in a way that just kind of broke your back. And Baruch is going to have to tighten it up. And I'm telling you, that up-top pressure is really what shut the door for a lot of possessions for the Bearcats. Led to a lot of good things happening for them. So Coach Alisi will look at the film and talk about it. And next game, I think you'll see a different, improved team. And anytime Baruch is at home, it's got to be a home court advantage.
Yeah, they've previous years they've had almost undefeated, if not undefeated, records here at the Arc Arena. A bit of a blemish here for the Bearcats, but nonetheless they'll bounce back. And
short
if you wanna,
memory, David, and we got to just regroup and play Baruch basketball. So
the Bearcats will be in action again on Saturday at the Connecticut College Camels. But if you want to see your Bearcats at the Arc Arena, the women will be playing against King's College. That's 6 p.m. on December 12th. That's a Tuesday night, followed by the men. They'll host Farmingdale State College. That's at 8 p.m. And that, Joe, will about do it for us. Once again, your final score is 80 to 61. This broadcast hasn't been in conjunction with the Baruch Athletic Department. For Joe Stolzer, I'm David Just. Have a great night, everybody.